Right then folk, welcome back to another video beer review. Today we've got a beer coming out of Northern Monk and it is their Chocolate Fudge Brownie Stout coming in at 8.4% ABV. Picked this one up from Tesco, can't remember how much for, but you know, go to Tesco you'll find out. And it's a weird one for me to actually see this in my local Tesco because normally anything this sort of ABV wouldn't be in there. They tend to go for like more kind of sessionable stuff. That said, this is also not sold in there. And I found it on reduced, and this is the second time that's happened. I got a bottle of Vocation something or other, one of their Imperial Stouts, also on reduced because I think it just gone to the wrong store or something. Anyhow, typically, like I say, never really have the super strong stuff. Have the IPAs and that sort of stuff, but never really the dark stuff. So treat yourself to a can of gooey, sticky, rich and decadent chocolate fudge brownie stout, which is everything I want. I've just worked at the beer festival, just got back from it. And I didn't get off my own bar because I was very, very busy, so I didn't even get to try anyone else's beers, which is a bit annoying, being 5 hours at a beer festival, 6 hours at a beer festival, and not trying anyone else's stuff. Anyhow, Northern Monk Chocolate Fudge Brownie. Let's crack this one open. It doesn't really say anything on the can, never really does these days, but yeah, let's crack this one open. I'll tell you best before as well. We're using the Meantime glass. I haven't used this for a very long time. Just thought it was rather fitting for this sort of style of beer. You might have noticed recently, cats making an appearance. You might have noticed recently that I've been doing a lot of bottled ales and the like. It's just because it's it's gone really chilly all of a sudden, and I kind of prefer doing the bottled ales. This has not been in the fridge; it's just been sat on the shelf. And I tend to be, this sort of time of year, going more towards the darker beers, and less and less pales, but kind of more malty kind of beers. But you'll probably start to see a lot more of the beers kind of start appearing on the kind of shelf there behind me, and you'll see a little Budvar sign as well up there. Cheers, Charles, for that. But yeah, there we go. Beer in the glass. Enough yakking. Dark brownie colour. Well, can't see through that at all. But I'd say there is like a reddish hue to it. 2-finger, fluffy tan head. No, yeah, that is full of chocolate fudge brownie. Smells lovely. I think it's like full of synthetic chocolate, which is I'd hope they put some cacao, but I don't know exactly how they get that fudge taste. They may be taking a leaf out of someone like Amundsen's box. A leaf out of their box? What the fuck am I on about? So anyhow, let's go into it. Cheers. Now, oh, that's a bit weird at the back end. It's nowhere near as thick as anything you'll get from Amundsen, so if you want a pound shop version, oh no, it's obviously pound shop, but if you want a poor man's version of an Amundsen beer, here you go. Or even a brewery case beer. I'm thinking, chocolate fudge brownie from brewery case. This is a real cheap version of it because it is thin as anything. It's still got a bit relative kind of acceptable body, but it is a touch thin. It is still, like I say, relatively creamy, chocolatey, fudgy. And there's a slow kind of building bitterness and astringency and dryness, and then it kind of tips off into not the nicest bitterness, kind of herbal, a little bit piney, quite dry, but there is a real kind of harsh boozy finish on it. It doesn't have the nicest of aromas either. There's something that's 8.4%. It's not that it drinks like it's really strong. It just has not a very nice finish on it at all. It's all a bit kind of you know, synthetic chocolate mixing with, you know, bitter, you know, and you know, that kind of also mild hoppy bitterness, which shouldn't really be present in this at all. But yeah, Northern Monk, their chocolate fudge brownie. Well, I won't be buying it again. See you next one. Cheers.